You're at work attempting to get these papers signed that have to be done by the end of the day, but your back is throbbing and your head is pounding. You know these papers have to be done today, so your heart begins to race. If you don't get these papers done, this could be your last strike. In this kind of situation, a simple stress-relieving stretch could be the difference between meeting that due date or being fired. Stress-relieving stretches are simple stretches that people use to relax tension that's causing any type of pain. I am a high school and college student as well as an athlete. Oftentimes, when I'm trying to tumble or get my work caught up, I get so overwhelmed that everything just starts to hurt. It's relieving to know that just a couple simple stretching techniques can relieve all of that pain. Today, I will be demonstrating and discussing the puppy pose, the child's pose, and a neck stretch that you can use anywhere, anytime. Let's begin with the child's pose. The child's pose is aimed towards the lower back area. To obtain the child's pose, I'll begin by lowering to the ground on my knees. There are multiple different variations of the child's pose, but today I will be just demonstrating one. To begin the child's pose, you'll put your feet together in the back and make a V formation with your knees. You'll lean your back end towards your heels while reaching your forearms towards the front. You'll hold this position for up to 60 seconds. If needed, you can add cushion to your knees or chest for support during this pose. You will hold this pose for up to 60 seconds while breathing deep through your diaphragm. This pose, Next, we will discuss the puppy pose. The puppy pose is aimed towards the spine area. To get into the puppy pose, you will begin by getting into tabletop position, keeping your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Next, I will bring my chin to the floor, extending my back end in the air. Remember to keep your arms out in front of you and hold this position for 15-second increments. If done correctly, this pose can be extremely relaxing. And while the child's pose and puppy pose may look quite similar, they are both very different in what they aim to relieve and where they are aimed to. Lastly, I will discuss the neck stretch. While it doesn't have a fun name like the other two stretches or poses, don't be mistaken, it can be very helpful. To begin the neck stretch, I will slowly lower my ear to my shoulder, and I will hold this position for up to 30 seconds. While this is just an abbreviated demonstration, I will complete this on both sides and hold this for about 30 seconds to relieve the tension through my neck. Now that you know how to do the child's pose, puppy pose, and neck stretch, I hope that you'll put them to good use. Share them with your friends, colleagues, students, anyone that they could benefit from. Not only can these stretches relieve your daily stress, but they can help to keep your body flexible and agile as you grow older.